Kembo natatanzambi ya manzulu kinfumu kya kuyisa. All praises. Oh yes, yes, yes. We back. Yeah, we had some problems with audio in our previous stream, so we had to cut that one off. That's why we're here now um, on this platform, StreamYard. Yeah, so let some people know that we live. Yes, I'm Nabi Kefa, Nkosi Nabi Kefa. So let them know we're here, we're live, and we're about to kick it. Ingeta, so make your present know in the chat. Let me know you're watching. Yes. Mm, let's see. Yes, all right. I believe the audio is working fine right now. Yeah, like I said, I was having some problem with the audio, but I believe you can hear me. Yes, if not, just let me know. But I believe the audio is fine. Okay. Yes. So once again, Mbote Nusiemi Bana Kongo Bana Yanzambi. I'm Nabi Kefa. Welcome to this live broadcast. Invite some people, let them know we're here, we're back. And without further ado, because we lost some times as the previous stream was cut off, so we will just continue where we were. Okay, Ingeta Kembo. Let's see. Okay, let me share the screen so we can go back to where we were. Mm, Okay, there we are. So once again, beloved people, I'm inviting you to join me. Yes, we are organizing a beautiful Zoom conference where we will discuss the diaspora community that we are building in Angola. All right. So if you're interested, register by mailing to info@angolainvestmentgroup.com, and I will send you the link and the key how you so you can join us. For those who are interested, we know that we have to return to the motherland, and the motherland is Africa. Okay, not the state of Israel, not Palestine. It's Central Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. That's where it is. So the Bible is telling us to come out of Babylon, to flee out of her, right? So let's heed the prophetic message. And of course, Kimbangu himself also said that we need to return to the motherland because Africa is the land of God. All right. So we are discussing Congo, right? Congo being the center of the earth. And also that the Bible says that Yahweh dwells in the midst of the earth. Okay, so we will be zooming in on that one. Let people know we're here, we're live as we continue. A lot of people who were in this previous Zoom are not here. Oh, sorry, in the stream are not here, but we will have to continue. And so, according to Rabbi Saadi Goan, Israel symbolizes the light of the world, and that God resides in the tuk, which is the middle center of the world, in the tuk of his creation, right? In the midst of his creation, the middle of his creation. In Exodus 8, verse 22, we read, "For I am Yahweh or Yakongo in the midst of the earth." In the midst of the earth. Exodus 7 5. "And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yakongo, the Lord, when I stretch forth mine hand upon Mizraim and bring out the children of Israel from among them." The word which is translated among them is actually the Hebrew tuk. Okay. Now, when you look into the Strongs, they pronounce this word tsefek, but it's actually tuk in Bantu. Okay, it's actually tuk. So you have the consonant tet or shet, shet, which is a T. We have the consonant vav, which is a V, which has the sound of a U. And we have the consonant kaf, which is K. So that gives us tuk in Bantu pronunciation. In Kikongo, we will say tuku, to mean matrix or origin. Okay, tuku. So the Hebrew tafek or tuk is the Kikongo tuku, which is a reference to origin, beginning. Okay, the matrix, the birthplace, origin. Yeah, so what we have in this verse is a hidden key. Key. That is to say that the biblical Israelite, as we see them here, okay, as they are coming out of Mizraim, they are coming out of the matrix of Mizraim, right? So they're coming out as children of Mizraim, exactly as we read in, I believe, Exodus 2 or 3, where it states that the Israelites became a great people, a great nation in Mizraim, right? So they are coming out from the center of the people, from that matrix of Mizraim. Okay, so Tuku in Kikongo means matrix or origin. The place of origin is also called Kongo Diantuku. That's the place of origin. It's also called Kongo Diantuku in among the Bakongo. Yes. Now that's very interesting. Very interesting. Because of the fact that I lost a lot of time, right? I won't make this a long broadcast. Okay. So I will cut this time short. But it's a very interesting verse. It tells us the following, right? It says, Genesis 48:16, the angel, very interesting, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads. Now, the lads here are Ephraim, right, and Manasseh. And let my name be named on them. That name is Israel. And the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac. And let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Okay. In the midst of the earth. Let them grow into a multitude. Yes. Grow. Multitude in the midst of the earth. Hmm, interesting. The midst or middle is called Tuku. The place of origin is also called Kongo Diantuku. You see, the Israelites, the historical Israelites, right, have always been in Africa. You understand? They have always been in the land mass known today as Africa. Ancient time, it was also called Akubalan. Yes, our ancestors called it Congo Cachopa. And Congo Cachopa being the origin, right? Congo being the origin, Tuku, it's not just the origin, okay? It's not just the origin of the Bantu, it's the origin of the whole humankind. As scientists, yes, have proven by DNA study that all human beings have their origin from Africa. Yes, archaeology has also proven that Africa is the cradle of humankind, Kimuntu. So, all people, humankind, right, humanity, comes from Congo Cachopa. Congo, the place of origin. Okay? All people come from Africa. That's a fact. So, Africa is the center of the world. According to our ancestors, according to the Bible, it's the Alpha and the Omega. Why? Because everything started in Africa. Humankind came from Africa. You know, there's no debate there. There's no debate. Israelites lived in Africa. Their origin is Africa. And they grew as a people. They grew and became a great nation in Kemet. So Kemet, we can say, was the matrix of the Israelites. And they came out of Kemet as children who were birthed. Oh, as children who were birthed, right? Hmm. Babotama kunanakama. They were born, birthed. They came out of Kama. Came out of Kama, out of that matrix. The place of origin. So it's Congo, Cachopa. And here we have Jacob, right? Speaking to Joseph and his sons. And he made this statement, the angel which redeemed me from all evil. What angel redeemed him from evil, brothers and sisters? Wasn't it the Lord? Right? So, but he says, no, I was dealing with an angel. I was not dealing with the Lord. I was dealing with an angel. So he said, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads and let my name be named on them. So we see that the blessing is connected with this angel. This angel, according to my teachings, okay, according to what I teach, which is in line with Bantu traditions, this angel is Nkulu. This angel is a Nkulu, is a Nkaka. That's why there's a blessing connected with the angel because it's the fathers who bless. You understand? The blessing flows from the fathers to their children. So this angel is an Nkulu, Nkaka. Do you get it? So now, as we are named by the name of our fathers, as we are blessed by the blessing of our fathers, Jacob now blesses his grandchildren, who are also called Bakoko. Yes, because grandchildren are also called Bakoko in Bantu. Koko can refer to a ancestor or a grandfather or grandparent or grandchild. See, so the term Koko can refer to a ancestor, a grandparent, or grandchildren, grandchild. Amazing. So we see three generations there, right? One, two, three generations, and the angel, which it's the fourth generation. From generation to generation, the blessing will endure. Now that's okay. Yes, and then he continues and says, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Now, the midst of the earth is not Palestine, right? The midst of the earth is not Palestine, but the midst of the earth is what? According to our ancestors, it's called Kongo Katiopa. Yes. Nzita Dianza, which means the place which is the center of the earth. So our ancestors considered Africa, which they called Kongo Katiopa, and in Katiopa, the term Kati means the middle, the center, or navel. They considered Africa to be the birthplace. Yes, the birthplace of humanity. It is way before Europeans came to Africa, way before science confirmed what they were saying. Amazing. See? But if you want their approval from Christian Europe all the time, you will miss it. Now, when we look into this text, right, and we look into the term fathers, as you can see here, abotai in the Masoteric, abotai, the Masoteric text, translated as of my fathers. Now, in the Paleo Hebrew rules, the aleph is silent. Yes, the aleph, if it starts at the beginning of a word, is silent. Thus, abotai can be read botai. Botai. In Lingala, it is bota. Yes, we have the word bota from the verb kobota, which means to give birth. Yeah. Amazing. Baboti, plural of moboti, means biological parents. It may also refer to ancestors. Yeah, baboti. Baboti are those who gave birth to you. So, in that sense, your parents, your grandparents, right? Your ancestors. Those are the people whom in Lingala we call Baboti. So your parents, grandparents, your ancestors. Baboti. So we see that Abotai is in the Bantu Lingala Baboti. Baboti, which means ancestors or fathers. Ancestors or fathers. And we know that the term Ab in the Hebrew Strongs is also defined as ancestors. Okay. So Jacob is actually literally saying not just my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, but he's actually saying my ancestors, right? Who are our fathers, Baboti. Yeah, Baboti Nabiso, our fathers, our ancestors, whom we call by name. Ingeta, mhm, now, Yakuba prayed that the angel, Maleki, or Malech in Hebrew, which is Lingala Kongo, Maleki, he prayed to the angel Maleki that redeemed him from all evil, would bless the children that are named by his name and the name of his fathers, right? His ancestors. Mhm. Which are what? In Lingala, Baboti. Baboti, which we can observe clearly in the Masoteric Abotai. Yes, Abotai. Amazing. Yes. And that they may grow into a multitude in the center, middle of the earth. Grow in the center of the earth. Now, where's the center of the earth? Where is the center of the earth? Where is the beginning? Because the center point is the navel, right? Kati, Kati means the navel or the inner place, the center. The center place is the birthplace or the place of origin. Now, where's the place of origin of humankind? Okay, not religiously, but scientifically, biblically, that place is Central Africa. Now, come on now. I know that a lot of people are religious, right? When they interpret the Bible, and but God is not religious. Not religiously, but scientifically, yeah, historically, and backed by the Bible, the center of the earth, which is the place of origin, right? The birthplace of Muntu, the birthplace of humankind, is Central Africa. So Africa is the middle of the earth. Everything started there. So the center of the earth or the middle of the earth is the place where the Bible here, according to Jacob, is where the people will grow into a multitude. He blessed Ephraim, and the name Ephraim has connotations with Mizraim. Yes, he blessed him, and he said, "You will grow as a multitude in the center, the middle of the earth," which is also Tuku, right? Which is Tuku, which means the center, the place of origin. Now, look at this. In Isaiah 40, we are told in the Bible that it is He, yeah, the Lord, it is He that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. The Hebrew word for circle there is kog. Yes, kog is none other than Kongo. Because Kongo, in its term Congolo, can also refers to a circle, a compass, yes, which is a reference to a place of origin, the navel, right? Navel is a birthplace. Navel suggests a place of birth. So the cradle of humankind is Central Africa. And in the blessing of Jacob upon the children of Ephraim, he clearly states the name of my fathers is called upon you, and you shall grow into a multitude in the center, in Kongo Kachopa, Nzeta Dianza, which are terms which denote the center of the earth or the center of the universe. And this is Central Africa. Now, the center in the biblical Hebrew is called by different terms. We have, of course, Tuk, what we have seen, which the Kikongo Tuku, which denotes origin, beginnings, matrix, right? Birthplace. We have a Kog, which is the circle, divine circle, place of power. Kongo, yes, Kog is Kongo, in the Kikongo. And we have the Hebrew Kereb, which also is a term used for center, place, or middle. Ingeta. Now we have a statement from Jan Assmann, researchers and Egyptologists, and he states that ancient Kemet is nothing other than the matrix of the ancient Yahudi, the matrix of the people of Israel. He draws the conclusion that one fact remains indisputable: the Yahudi have their historical roots in ancient Kemet, but the Torah of Moses created a rupture, schism, a rift with the religion of Osiris, which was the religion of the Yahudi. Kemet is the matrix from which the chosen people emerge out of Mizraim, have I called my son. Now, this is something that you can have your own conclusion and think of it what you want. I think it to be a interesting statement from Jan Assmann, because when you delve deep into your Bantu heritage and into your oral traditions, there is an undeniable strong connection with Kemet. Okay, and I also find it very interesting um, that many rabbis. Now, let me say like this: it's actually a rabbinical tradition, right? It's a rabbinical tradition. Shall I say it? Mhm. Shall I say it? Now, there's a rabbinical tradition that they say that the light, yes, the light of the knowledge of God, hmm, was in Kemet, and that the Jews, went into Kemet to collect the light of God that fell into Kemet, right, into Kama, and they took it, they appropriated it. Can you believe it? This is actually a rabbinical tradition of the Jews. They say the light of God, the light of wisdom, the light of knowledge, right, was among the Kemites. The things that we have learned, that's what I always say, people. You have the biblical Israelites, but you also have the historical Israelites. Okay? The Bible is a book written or rewritten, mostly rewritten by Greeks. Yes? And the people who control the manuscripts today, Amundele Kadiampemba. So we have a huge challenge Because I have come to the conclusion that everything we think we know, we actually don't know. And people, it's very easy to make bold statements, right? That you have the truth and only you have the absolute truth. But if we are honest, the Bible itself, we don't control the Bible, right? We don't control the manuscript. Bantu people have nothing to do with the translation, right? You say, oh, the King James is the best translation. No, it's not. NIV is the best translation. No, it's not. It's just a translation of the Kadiapemba from a manuscript which is already messed up. Hmm? The Masoretic text it's messed up. It's not created by Jews in the Middle Ages. Anyway, but we do have a promise, right? We do have a promise because one of our greatest prophet, Simon Kimbangu, he gave a prophecy in 1921, not that long ago, right? He gave a prophecy, and in the prophecy, he said several things. One of the things he said, the Bantu people, those who will be stolen from the land of God, okay, those who will be kidnapped, stolen, and will go into slavery, stolen from the land of God, kidnapped from the land of God, they will have to return. Their children will have to return. The time will come when they have to return to the land of God. It's a prophecy of Simon Kimbangu in 1921, whom the Roman Catholic Church recognized as a true prophet of God. But we today are still not ready to recognize Simon Kimbangu as a true, authentic, mighty prophet of God who did miraculous things on this earth. Hmm? But the Mundele Kadian Pemba, who hate our guts, they recognize them. They say this guy was dangerous. That's why we had to arrest him and kill him because he was doing crazy things. He had powers which we could not explain. Hmm? Crazy. But he said, you will have to return to the land of God because the Kongo people are the true historical Israelites the Bible speaks of. You understand? But not everything in the Bible is exact. And that's a fact many people are not willing to accept because you're religious. You think that your enemy who hates your guts, who want to see you destroyed, will give you the book of God, right? Unpolluted, completely intact, holy, sacred, and everything. And people are ready to kill their own brothers to defend it. Hey, that's crazy. We are people who need healing. Yeah. We are people destroyed. We people that need healing. So if my people who are called by my name, Kongo, will humble themselves and pray, I will heal them, right? I will restore them. I will heal them. We need healing, but we lack humility. We lack humility. Oh, man, 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 man. Out of Mizraim, I have called my son. When Israel was a child, where? When Israel was a child, the prophet Hosea states, in Mizraim, I loved him. And when he grew, I called my son out of Mizraim. Now, the Hebrew Mizraim is seen in the Bantu roots Mizri. Okay, it is seen in the Bantu roots Mizri. Mizri is not a term that we have loaned. It's not a loan term from Hebrew, right? Hebrews. It's not an influence from the Christians. It's not a influence of the Arabic language. No, 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 no. The term misery is very old. It's a very old Bantu word. It predates, yeah, Christians in Africa. It predates the Hebrew Bible. It predates the Arabic language. Misery is a very old term our ancestors used. And every time they speak of misery, they tell us the story that they came from a land of origin, right? A land where they became great as a people, or they call the matrix of Mizraim. They came out of the land of the north, misery. Maybe I will dedicate a presentation just on misery, to really show you the history. So misery, our ancestors said, is the land of the north. It's the land where Bantu people grew in a multitude and descended, right, into the south. They followed the Nile and they entered Central Africa. And King Tuzolana, he states that those people return to Congo Diantuku. They return to the place of origin, which is Central Africa, according to King Tuzolana, who is a Mukongo king among the Bakongo. I have ordered this book. I have ordered his book. And some of you may or may not remember, but I did a live broadcast with Mbuta Yaya Rondalton where we discussed the Ark of the Covenant, and I gave commentary on what King Tuzolana was saying about the Bantu Congo tradition of the Ark. Yes, very powerful broadcast. So I will be speaking of the Ark very soon. Yes, I will be speaking of the Ark and present the Bantu tradition of the Ark, starting from Misri, right, all the way to Congo. Amazing. So stay posted. This will, of course, be a presentation teaching on the Bantu School of Isolele. You can join us, of course, if you become a Patreon member. You will have link to the live classes, because I will discuss this very soon when I have all the information in one place. And we will look into the Ark of the Covenant, Congo tradition of the Ark of the Covenant, from Misri to Congo Kachopa. Right? Amazing. It will be an amazing teaching, amazing presentation. So join me on the Patreon so you can have access to the Zoom link of the live classes. I'm also inviting you to join me for October 12th. We are hosting a Zoom conference where we will present updates on the diaspora community that we are building. We believe, of course, as you know, Africa is the promised land. Africa is the land of God. Not because the Bible said so, because our oral tradition and our prophets who went before us long time ago say so. And of course, it's backed by science and archaeology. Okay, Congo, Central Africa is the origin of humankind. It is the alpha and omega. It is the navel, which is center, cog, which is Congo, Cachopa, which is the center, the navel, the birthplace of Muntu, the birthplace of the first man, and the birthplace of the people, the Bantu, the birthplace of humankind itself. That's the place we have to return to. So that's one of the reasons we're building the diaspora community. And the other is to have a place where we can live together, work together, build together, and make Africa a yes, our home, right? Our home. The ancestors are calling us back. We have no choice. We have to return. The West will be judged. Judgment is already coming. It has already been released upon the West, and you will see it manifest more and more. That's the reason we, as Bantu, we need to be prepared. Those who are living in the West, be prepared. And it is a way to prepare yourself to have a place you can escape to, as the Bible says. Escape from her, right? Escape. So it's not escapism that we're preaching. The Bible says, escape from her and come out of her. So come out. Come out. Ingeta. Register by mailing to info at angolainvestmentgroup.com. Also, if you have any question, you can send your question to info at angolainvestmentgroup.com. There's a lot to say. There's the time is up. I thank you all for being here. Thank you all for those who listen from beginning to end. I know, of course, the things that we share, it may feel, contradict. It may contradict your own beliefs. It may contradict as you think the Bible. But we are of the opinion, strong opinion, that the Bible is a book that contains words of God, but it's not the full 100% truthful word of God. Okay? That's the reality. Now you can choose to embrace the reality or to continue to live in a fantasy. You understand? That's it. That's it. I'm Nabikefa. Mbote, Nusiemi, Matondo for watching. Until we meet again, may Congo reign. Ingeta.